and welcome. These are horse racing selections for Sunday, the 6th of April. I am flatcapcallum and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. Going to try and keep it briefer. We're uploaded earlier tonight, but yeah, flagging a little bit from the week's exertions of all the late night videos and the excitement with Aintree. So as far as Sunday goes, we're going to go nice, straightforward, a Yankee with 4 horses. That is it. 3 in Ireland and 1 not in Ireland. Where's the one in not in Ireland? I'll get to it. I don't know. I'll come. I mean, just be expectations managed here. I'm going to keep the explanations almost non-existent here. Just want to get through. Yeah, go to bed at a reasonable time. It's not like I get a lie-in these days. So we had a good day. That was where we're going to go. We got the review Saturday first. We had a good day. It didn't start off very well. The Aintree picks weren't very good. We got to the Grand National. I think my number 2 pick was the one that framed. And then it picked up in the latter half, a bit very much like last Saturday. Although last Saturday we looked dead and buried and we got even. We were down at halfway at this point and got back to about double stake. And obviously there was a chance we could have got more in that last leg. We'll get to that. So the review was not good enough. Ran 2-3 and wasn't no good. I mean, despite there was a rule 4, but it went off 5-2 or something. Sam Brown wasn't good enough on the day. And Twig, they never really put the horse in the race, but they kept going, and it was the highest finishing British horse in the Grand National. Irish horses filled the first 9 spots. Twig was the first British trained horse. So well done. If you were Novibet, I believe 10 places were on offer, so you got something back there. I don't think many were. And then we had the Maidan bet. That was off. I don't know what went on there. That horse did not like running in Dubai. That was last. But Marjoum came from the back pretty much and managed to scoosh a 3rd place at 40s, and then Savinia not good enough. So we got a single back on Marjoum for that one, and that was all it was. Then we got the Grand National bets, 10th, 6th, unseat I think at the 4th, and pulled up. So a bit of a mixed bag. So purely just on those. If you got took the 33s, you'd have lost 20 pence on the 4 selections. If you got the 40s, you'd have made 50 pence. Everyone's a winner. And then we got to the actual decent bet. The after timers bet here, the 505 Newcastle. I took that as a 40p rule 4, which was right hefty. The SP was 25s. I can't believe the horse still went off at 25s despite the horse that came out. So it ran a nice race, bunch finish, managed to snag 2nd. Rhythmic Acclaim, nice race, second. Only Spoofing kept going for 3rd after being smashed right near the off. It's kind of a bit of the gig with that horse. If it's a going day, it will go off single figures. If it's not a going day, it would have stayed the same price. Simple as that. And then we were on to Bell's Blue Ski. I know a few cashed out. I know I've said to people I wouldn't cash out. I wasn't going to cash out on that. The channel doesn't cash out. That's the rule. The channel has a rule that is the case. But personally, I wasn't going to cash out on any bets I had rolling onto that either. But it was one of those really frustrating ones. It was a little bit on the rail, which is not the best place to be, but it did not look like Jason Hart really gave that full extent in the home straight. The horses around it looked like they were being pushed much further. So clearly the horse was not going to win the race from where it was. It didn't look. But it would have been interesting to see if it would actually have come any closer to being 3rd rather than basically stop giving it maximum effort. So it's those sorts of things that are very, very frustrating as a spectator. I'd rather get beaten into 4th on a head bobber than feel like the horse didn't even try its full extent. And it happens in Class 6 handicaps of Wolverhampton. But there you go. That's where we got to. So there was £30 and 50 pence on something like £60.30 back, I think. So I think we made it like 20, that's right, yeah, £60.30 back. 29.80 I got it for the channel. Based on channel prices and take it into rule force and stuff. So some would have fared a little bit better than that, I think. But yeah, we've won 4 out of 5 days this week. It's been absolutely great. And actually, turnover wise, outside of Cheltenham, this is the most I've staked on the channel since the last week of October last year, which is not unexpected, but yeah, I look back and I thought, yeah, it's interesting. There's not been anywhere close, because obviously I've dialed down some of the staking I've done for the channel, but we've had a little pop at it this week, and it's worked out all right. So we're just slightly above double money for the whole week on that, which is a really nice place to be. And currently we are now a deficit for the year for the channel of -£8 and some pence, where we started the week -93. We've got 9.50 going on, so we're obviously going to finish off nicely for the week. Whether or not we can add to it, or whether we chip away at some of what we did, we will find out. Here is Sunday's offering. 235, Fairyhouse, World of Fortunes, which I believe we backed before. I think it let us down. Yeah, I think that is a good selection. It's already come in a little bit in the prices. It should be single figures, I think. 357, Cork Satin 20s. This is the watch out one where Corals, Paddy, Ladbrokes, and if you want a smaller, newer one, BetMGM, are paying 4 places. The others aren't. So the channel, there are 3 bookies paying that. So not even Sky or 365, none of them are paying the 4 places, but they may change terms in the morning. So if you're watching this on Sunday morning, it may look a little bit different. But at the time of recording, Paddy, Coral, Ladbrokes are paying 4. So although Sky is best for some other races, the channel can take 4 and will take 4. And my advice is to use Paddy, Coral, or Ladbrokes to get the 4th place on that one. Everyone's 4 on that one, I think. 412 Fairyhouse, John Story 18s, and then finishing off Ffos Las. Don't put many out from there. 440 Capage, I think was quite a good one. So that's 22s to finish the day. 25p each way Yankee, 50p each way singles on all 4. 950 is the bet. As I said, Sky overall are best for extra places, but if you want to match the channel, then Paddy, Coral, Ladbrokes, or BetMGM will do that for you. There's slightly better prices out there as well on some of them, but so yeah, that's where we've got to. All right. Then outlook for next week. Yeah, aim not to do so many late videos. Obviously, we haven't got Aintree next week. We have got Scottish Grand National. It's 2-day air meeting. I think at some point in the previous video I was debating whether it's 2 or 3. It's 2 days, Friday, Saturday air. It's the Scottish Grand National. That's the big build up week to the weekend, and because the flat's sort of getting going now, the turf stuff, there is a little bit more. The Monday Tuesday sort of quietness is sort of, there's slightly more interest in there, so we'll just sort of see how we progress. I will update on a daily basis whether there's a video or not, and to flag next weekend, I'm not 100% sure what I will be doing, if any content next weekend, so I will kind of come back to you on that one. Still having some debates, but yes, just to put that out there, I may be doing I might do some bits early if needs be, or whatnot, but I'll update you when we get there. It's more about Saturday, Sunday, to be honest, next weekend than anything else. All right, I'll leave it there, other than to say, if you've had a good week so far, well done to you. Just don't get carried away, because these weeks aren't every week at all, and we've sort of had lots of little weeks so far this year where there's sort of been a few little bits of losses. We have had one good week. This is now a second one. We've had one shocker, which was Cheltenham. So it doesn't mean that we're just going to carry on winning all the time, but from a strike rate point of view, I'll go through some stats next week, beginning next week at some point, but both in terms of the percentage of the selections that are starred that are winning, we are operating above average. For the percentage of selections framing this week specifically, we are above average. I need to track up the whole of the year so far, whether we're sort of how far above average we are for the year, but I think we're probably slightly, possibly. I need to go and check it through, but we are definitely up the percentage of frame horses. And I know I talk about this a lot, and for some people it means nothing. And even for people in the know, people in the know think it doesn't mean anything. But because of what I do, it's very different to how lots of other folk operate. but I'm trying to hit a certain margin by the volume of bets I'm putting out and the percentage of them framing at the average odds. If I do that over a long period of time, you win. That's what we're aiming to do. So yeah, average at the moment odds is around about the 20-1 mark. That's roughly where we're operating with. So yeah, I want to be above the 30% of those making the frame. Long term, eventually on days you'll string them together, because actually when you look at it on Saturday, there was one last thing to turn into ramble in it. Saturday we had 11 start horses, 4 of them framed, which is 36%, which is above average. 3 would have been below average, 4 would be above average, but actually not by masses given the context of 11 horses, but because 3 were in one bet, that ultimately got us over the profit line. On a different day, you could have had 4 out of 11 in different bets, and you'd have come out with a loss. So sometimes it works like that. Friday was one of those ones where 5 out of 7 to actually only double money, I think we did. That actually was very that was frustrating, because actually on a 5 out of 7 kind of a day, you should really be turning over a bit more. But there we go. Okay, that's me. I'm going to bed. Thank you very much. See you on the next video. Bye bye.